money. I'm gonna make some money. In 2017, off of GoFundMe, I made like $20,000, like real talk. And this was a crazy situation because this on GoFundMe, and I'm just doing something because I'm like, nah, I want to change the narrative. Like, nah, I'm marketing on a whole nother level. Because you're talking about reaching $20,000 from people sending you $5, $2, $3, $10, $15, $100. That added up. You know what I'm saying? And that showed me like, nah, you can really do this on another level. And I've been rocking with it ever since.
And it contribute to your career, you know.
I'm gonna make some money.
Did this fool just say he made $20,000 on GoFundMe as if he did that as a revenue generating business or something? You know, scamming is actually becoming more acceptable. You'll leave. I did a review. I think it's on my members only, but it was about women basically saying they don't want to date a 9-to-5 guy. And there was a lot of women in there that said they prefer a scammer or a drug dealer because they're funner and they're quicker to spend some money or whatever. It's becoming more widely accepted to be able to just admit that you swindle people and basically destroy your entire reputation, as well as if he's sitting here talking about he scams people on GoFundMe. I think there can actually be criminal implications to go along with that as well. But he's dumb enough to come online and admit that.
I have 37 days to come up with $250,000.
What?
To save my home. My emotions about it have been all over the place. I was okay.
Hold on. What in the world is going on here?
To save my home.
Her caption says chronically ill single mother of 3 has 37 days to raise $250,000 to save her home. I done seen it all now. First of all, chronically ill can mean a lot of things. That can mean a lot of things. And it can be far less severe as what you lead on for it to be. There's a lot of people with chronic things going on. That's where chronic comes from. That means that you're able to live with it. But single mother of 3 has a little over a month to raise $250,000 to save your home. What do you mean save your home? You mean pay off your home? I have to hear the context behind this and why she feels she's entitled to come online and try to raise $250,000 to pay off her house. Y'all, before we get back into it though, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second and it's only literally a click. So if you're here anyway, you might as well just click that like button. And also if you could hype.
I have 37 days to come up with $250,000 to save my home. My emotions about it have been all over the place. I was okay yesterday. I was angry the day before, and then today I'm so sad. Like, I'm taking my first load.
I have to see these comments too. We're going to, after we finish talking to her, I want to see what her comments say.
I'm so sad. Like, I'm taking my first load of stuff to the storage unit, so I guess that's why I'm not okay today, but I trust God's plan. Whatever he's doing, he has a purpose. Even if I don't see it yet, his will be done, not mine. But I didn't do anything yesterday or Saturday. I'm sorry I didn't update you yesterday. Sunday is the Lord's Day, and that's all it will be. But I didn't make anything Saturday, so the grand total for week 2 is $169.96 for a grand total for the last 2 weeks of $189.71. I'm extremely grateful I'm just very sad today. Very sad today. Anyways. For those of you who are able to give, I do have a GoFundMe in my bio. For those of you who are not able to give,
We have to go see that GoFundMe too. I'm so glad that GoFundMes are public as they should be. I have to see if she has been able to come close to that goal. That is insane. I don't care what context, unless you're telling me that you chronically ill, unless you're telling me that you need a procedure done that costs that, then I could see that. But save my house. In what world will you lose your house if you can't pay it off?
I completely. For those of you who are able to give, I do have a GoFundMe in my bio. For those of you who are not able to give, I completely understand, but your engagement and your prayers are greatly appreciated. If you could just repost the video, share it to a few of your friends, save it, leave a comment, tell me what you're making for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And if you could just heart it. And if you're not already, follow me. Let's see what God's gonna do, okay? May the Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Jesus loves you. I love you. Okay, bye.
So she's also trying to be a content creator, as you can see, because she's basically trying to get people to engage on her post. So that I guess she can get paid off content creation as well. There must be an example out here of a content creator who is a TikToker or something. Of course there are. But it's just like being a celebrity. Think about how many young people of this generation see rappers and see celebrities or whatever. And so they think that they can be a rapper. And now rap in itself has become super oversaturated and everybody thinks they want to be a rapper and they got a mixtape. Is that what happened with TikTok? To where everybody thinks that they're going to be a TikTok sensation, but then at the same time, they're not even actually doing anything valuable, anything entertaining. They literally just come on here and beg, whether it's begging for money, whether it's begging you to engage, things that would naturally come. Listen, it's frictionless to ask for a like. A like is nothing. Anything where you're just clicking something, that's nothing. But then when you're asking people to comment, when you're asking share, do all this, and I'm not listening, there's nothing wrong with that. But what did we just gain from watching that video? All it was you just begging and crying about not having $250,000 to pay off your house. Like I said, I want to see some of these comments though. I have to see some of these comments. And then we will go and check out the GoFundMe and see what she was able to raise. Somebody say you need another plan. You're not coming up with 250K in a month. Reframe your thinking again about what's feasible. Somebody put guess working is out of the question. You don't need to pay off the whole thing. I work in the FC field. A modification of your mortgage can be done if you agree to make payments. Somebody put, wow, I only need $199,000 to help pay off my house. Want to help? And then the earlier you get realistic, the better it will be for you. Somebody put 250,000 for what? Yeah, I don't know what type of situation this is where you're talking about you need to raise 200. Somebody said, can you donate to me to pay off my mortgage? That is crazy. Let me see her GoFundMe. So she raised $1,020. She raised, but this isn't even for what she said. This is for something totally different. So she done conflated this GoFundMe. Okay, yes, oh yes it is. My goal is to raise $250,000 within the next month so I can purchase this home and keep my family from losing the only stable place we have right now. So she is trying to pay off her house. I know that number is enormous. Humanly speaking, it feels impossible, but I know that God is able to do immeasurably more than what we can ask and imagine. So I'm choosing to move forward in faith instead of fear. Listen, she raised $1,020, which I would argue is incredible. You know what they say, shoot for the moon and you'll at least hit a star. You listen, that is incredible. You just made $1,000 come out of thin air. You should be grateful. But you're not going to be able to do that 250 fold and make 250,000 come out of thin air. I'm sorry, not for this. Absolutely not. And I really feel like shame on you for even thinking that was feasible. Wouldn't that be nice? She's gonna pay off her house. Then she'll come back in another year and be like, yeah, y'all, we actually want a lakeside house as well for when we go on our vacation. So I want to raise another $400K so that we can actually get something lakeside for when we go on our vacations in the fall in the mountains.
Hey guys, I'm desperately needing help with gas money and lunch money. My Venmo and Cash App are in my bio. It's $Heavy Traveler on Cash App and @Heavy Traveler on Venmo. I don't get a full check until the 24th. I get a baby check on the 10th because I was out 4 days.
Why is she so cringy like this? Why is she talking like this?
The 24th. I get a baby check on the 10th because I was out 4 days last week because of bronchitis and costochondritis. So right now I have $33 to last 2 weeks for gas and food. And my job is 45 minutes away from where I'm staying. So it's a long way to go. Uses a lot of gas. And I know those of you who are subscribing are supporting me that way. So this is for people who have extra to give. It's not for people who are struggling, for people who feel obligated. This is just if you want to be able to bless me out of the kindness of your heart. Thank you in advance. You know I could not do any of this without you guys. That's all for now. Bye. Hey guys, I'm desperately needing.
Because of all the donations I received yesterday, I was able to get my bill down from $1,200 to $986. If I can just get 1,000 people.
$1,200 to $986. Her caption says, if 1,000 people donates $1, I will be able to pay my bill and turn on my lights.
$986. If I can just get 1,000 people to donate $1, I will be able to get my lights cut on today by 7. That is my goal. And then anything I make over that, I am donating it to other families. Why? Because we are all in need and we all need each other at the end of the day. And this shit is not fun, but neither here nor there. So I'm just asking for 1,000 people to donate $1. If you cannot donate, just please share this video out. That would be great. Like I said, y'all did a big one yesterday, and I'm so honored and I'm so grateful, and thank y'all so much. Like, coming from a person who doesn't really have a strong community who can help, having you guys show up continues to remind me that there is good in this world and that we are here for community. But I'm about to go sit outside and have a conversation with a big homie because I have a lot of big feelings this morning. And I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye.
So she raised some money, which you have to take this with a grain of salt. And the reason that you have to take this with a grain of salt is because she is using Cash App as her payment processing or her payment accepting. Yeah, payment processor. So what that means is that there is no visibility as far as what she earns. So she's like, y'all did y'all big one yesterday. We raised 200, however much money. That could be a lie. She could have raised $2,000 yesterday and then still say, okay, let's get some more out of this. Because how insane is that? So she needed to raise another $1,000. And what did she say? Any that we go over, because it's not on GoFundMe, so it wouldn't be capped at the $1,000 that she's trying to raise. She said, any that we go over, I'm going to donate to other families that need it. No, just give it back. But we wouldn't know if you went over because it's going to Cash App. It sounds good. It's part of the sales pitch. But no, let us donate our money. She's talking about then I'll donate your money for you. We're not donating to you to donate to other people. So you're going to donate our money and take the credit for it? Is she? So what happens? What happens when we end up here again? Because ultimately nothing changed in the circumstance, I'm assuming. So what happens when we end up here again? If you're not sustainable for wherever it is that you stay, and ultimately what this symbolizes is that you're coming in a negative every month, then what's the solution? Is this just a temporary fix? Or are we actually trying to solve the problem? Because she's on TikTok all the time. When are you going to get off TikTok, and when are you just going to work as hard as you possibly can to make sure that you can take care of yourself?
Hello, please stay. I need help. I am 7 days late on rent. I only have $253 left to pay, and I am selling more original artwork for cheap. The highest price here will be $100. There is no higher than that. This one right here, I'm not even gonna say the prices. I'm just gonna put them up on screen to make my.
Hold on, let me do this so we can actually see her art. Let me see.
My life easier. Is this one. There's this one. It says Space Freaks. I know it's reversed because of the camera. And then there's this piece.
Wow. Wow.
And lastly, this piece that I've been trying to sell for like, God knows how long. Please, if you're interested in buying these, DM me immediately on my Instagram. I'll have it up on the screen. Please share this. Please interact as much as you can. I only have 253 left. I'm trying to get this done as soon as possible. I've been selling prints, but they haven't been selling the way I need them to sell. And yeah, thank you. For anyone who would like to help but doesn't have enough for a piece or just doesn't want to buy a piece, I'll leave my payment methods down below. And if you want to buy a piece and want to pay more for it, by all means, please do, because I do not enjoy underselling my original pieces. And yeah, I do have other expenses that I need to tend to. I'm not even going to get into that, but I would appreciate literally.
I'm going to be honest, though. Those are definitely some deals that she's offering. She's very talented. She's very talented. You may not like her style that she does. It's more of a retro goth style. But if you know anything about art, you know that there are pieces like that can go for thousands of dollars, especially original pieces. And she has her own style. She's actually very talented. I think she'll go somewhere. This is a rare case where I say you should really stick with this. You have a very unique talent, and your stuff stands out. I've seen pieces like that online that can get into the deca thousands, tens of thousands of dollars for original pieces like that. I know a little bit about art, a little bit. So yeah, she's very talented, and those are definitely deals. You're gonna have to get a job, though. You're gonna have to get a job. I get it. You are talented. You do not want that talent to be wasted, and you want to be able to really just let your creative juices flow and create, because that's clearly what you were meant to do. She is very talented, But we gotta do what we gotta do. So she's got to look too. So that's going to be hard for certain jobs, maybe. But I don't know. I don't know. I think she's going to go somewhere though with her art, especially if she keeps on honing in on it. I think what it really is just going to come down to is time management and sacrifice. Listen, you want to be creative, you're just going to have to leverage your time as best as possible. As best as possible. But don't waste the gifts that you was given. But at the same time, we got to be practical at the same time.
I don't know who this person is, but I just want to publicly thank you for sending this. I'm getting the chills all over my body. I've already dropped a few tears. You just don't know how much stress you've avoided me from having. Like, you have no idea. I was sitting up here stressing about how I'm going to make it to my orientation on the first day of work. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? I was literally on my way to go spend my last $20 to feed me and my child. We're walking right now. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful that it's still generous people out here. That it's still, like, this is beautiful. I really appreciate it. I'm lost for words. All I can say is, when you trust and you let go, that's when the blessings start to overflow. When you trust and when you let go, that's when the blessings start to overflow. My heart is filled with so much gratitude. My heart is filled with so much.
Hey, I can appreciate her gratitude. That's definitely a blessing. But you got to understand what the intent. And listen, it's going to go wherever it goes, and you don't have to deal with the person who gave it to you. But I definitely think they were trying to make a deposit. And what I mean by deposit, don't let how she's looking right now fool you. I believe I did a video about her because she was in a shelter in Miami. So she decided, I believe, to leave her safety blanket of wherever she was and wherever her family was, and she wanted to go to Miami. And I'll even link it at the end of this video, so you'll be able to see it. But don't let this look fool you. She's not that bad on the eyes. And so I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's trying to put in a deposit. And I guess a better word for deposit is if they're trying to put their name in the hat to be her sugar daddy. Because she comes online and she's letting it be known that she's in the struggle. But again, she's not bad looking. And I also think she's definitely looking for something like that. Look, I'll show you. Here's a
Put me in a bikini in the water, in the sand, and grease me up. I'll give you a sexy picture.
So they're blessing her, but there might be more sinister ulterior motives behind that donation.
I got approved for a Honda, but they want $1,500 down. This thing is clean, okay? It's real clean.
Her caption says, if $500 sent me $1, if 500 people sent me $1, I could finally have a car.
But they want $1,500 down. This thing is clean, okay? It's real clean. But I only have $1,000 to put down because I still got to get insurance and all that. So if anyone knows how to make $500 real quick, let me know, because your girl needs a car. I've spent so much money.
She said, if anybody knows how to make $500 real quick. How quick? No, I'm just kidding. But listen to what she's saying. This car is clean. Is that it? It's clean and you were sold just like that? Do you have any idea of what's going under that hood? I don't. If you're trying to make a sales pitch of why people need to come send you money to get this car, Tell us that it has clean Carfax. Don't just tell us that it's clean. What is that supposed to mean?
No, because your girl needs a car. I've spent so much money on Uber. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. I'm going to leave my Cash App and PayPal here because somebody might bless me. You never know. You never know. Okay, but what I do know is my car has been broke down for 5 months. I left it in Georgia. It passed away 3 weeks after my son passed away. And I'm so tired of being without a car. I get paid on the 25th. I could pay you back. I could pay you back, guys. Please help a girl out. I just want a car, guys. I need a car so freaking bad. Look how cute I would look, guys. Look how cute. I even brought my little mirror hangers. Good luck, Faith.
I don't know if I've been desensitized. And by desensitized, after watching that first clip where a woman was begging for $250,000 to pay off her house, it has definitely desensitized me. I'm like, oh, she's just asking for $500, y'all. Because I still can't believe the unmitigated gall that that woman had to sit up there and look in that camera and ask for $250,000 to buy her a house. To buy her a house. What type of expectations can you have from life to where you just get bought a house in the worst economy to buy a house? There's people who work their butt off and actually deserve to get a house, and in prior generations, based off of the rate at which they work now and the way that things are for them, at different times in history, they would have been able to have a house. But now, what we're finding in this economy and in the US is that a house is a luxury now. And that's just to finance a house and be able to afford it, to pay for it month to month, as well as maintaining the property taxes and any other fees that may be associated. But she wants you to buy her a house outright, and then she can own it. And then she'll have all that equity, as well as the appreciation that ensues over time. Ain't that something?
Story time on how I raised $25,000 in one day just from posting one 7-second TikTok. If y'all want to learn how to be a successful creator and make moves like that, I'm talking about big life-changing moves, then make sure you follow this page because I share free tips and tricks all the time. This video, however, is just a true story on something that's changed my life recently. Now, flashback to, I think, almost 2 weeks ago now, but this week or 2 weeks has felt like an entire year. It was 10:30 p.m. at night. I just woken up from a nap because I was exhausted from traveling and doing content things. I got a call from my mom saying, I don't know what's happening. I think your dad's having a stroke. I'm driving to the ER. And I froze. Now, I moved out of my hometown, but this was so severe that he had to be airlifted by helicopter to a hospital that was conveniently near the city I live in. I'll do my best to keep it vague because it is scary, but part of his brain basically died and blood started to swell up in that part of the brain. It was bleeding. Because my mom had medical experience and understood how severe these things happen, she got my dad to the hospital in 15 minutes, which saved his life. By the way, this is random, but this is all going to be in one part. I just realized this video is going to be long, but you'd rather have that in multiple parts. For I want to say 2.5 hours, I was in the ER waiting room by myself. They were not able to give me any updates. My mom was driving in from another city and I was having an anxiety attack. Now I have a severe anxiety disorder and I'm currently unmedicated. So I was trying my best to calm myself down and I cope with humor. Y'all might not understand this. That's fine. You can think it's offensive. A lot of people did. So I made a joke because I was kind of referencing what my mom said. He had a stroke while they were watching the presidential debate and he started mumbling and talking gibberish because you can't speak when you're having a stroke. And she thought that he was mimicking Biden. So she was like, that's not funny. Don't do that. And she told the ER nurse that and she literally laughed out loud. And all of us had a moment of laughter in the midst of the shock, which really lightened the mood. I'm a big digital marketing person. I love data analytics, and I knew that the presidential debate was trending so much on TikTok in that moment, and a light bulb went off in my head. I was like, you know what? If there's anything I can do with my influence to help this situation and to calm my anxiety, I'm going to make a video kind of referencing what joke that she just made. So that's what the TikTok was. That ended up ultimately getting over 18 million views of me referencing that funny joke that my mom said she thought he was imitating, you know. Right now it has over 3 million likes, and the follow-up video that I did a day later when I found out, yes, my dad was gonna make it, he's gonna be okay, but it was a severe thing. The fact that the follow-up video got almost 1 million likes showed me that, wow, there are people really invested in the story. People understood my dark humor, which really validated me, and they really wanted to know through the jokes, is he okay? Now, for reference on how big this story blew up on my TikTok.
Okay, so I think we pretty much get the gist. She was able to raise money for this type of cause. Makes sense. And look, this dude had part of his brain die, and she only raised 25K. Again, the other one was trying to raise 250K for her 3 kids and her being single to pay off a house. I'm curious how that happened though. How his brain died. I would like to know how. Like, was there a cause for that? But I'm glad he's okay though. I'm glad he's okay. And see, she used the situation and she was able to actually capitalize on it, which is great. But it really just goes to show you just have to be consistent when it comes to content creation. And it's almost like content is life. And by content is life, you just have to have a lifestyle and you kind of have to remove yourself from, or not yourself, but the outcome from the content that you're making. Because when you're so focused on the outcome and you're just trying to get numbers and money or whatever the case, views, engagement, then I feel like your content quality could suffer. But when there's more of an organic, genuine, and natural approach, and you just make content that somewhat is reflecting maybe your life or just the times of what it was, because she did something that was actually a mix between both. It was relevant during the election and the times we were in, but it was also super relevant to her personal life and what she was going through. And so that did very well. That did very well to the point to where it generated millions of views. It popped her off. People were invested. And then people even decided to come out of pocket and support even further just to make sure that everything was tended to for her father and for her family. And so I just say that to say, man, with content, you never really know what's going to pop. Anytime I've ever had anything go viral or take off, I didn't expect it. Anytime I drop, literally almost anytime I drop something where I'm like, oh yeah, this is about to be the one, it very rarely does. It very rarely does well. So you have to remove your intentions from content. It's really no telling what's going to pop with content. The only thing that you can really do in order to hedge against the volatility is really just to be consistent and produce more volume and basically give yourself more shots at bat ultimately. But y'all, we'll leave it there. If you like the video, I greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you can hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I'm a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And hype was designed for small channels, so that's why. But if you come across a video and you don't see the hype button, then it's probably been over 7 days, and hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So it's usually best practice if you want to hype to just go ahead and hype while the iron is hot on a fresh video. And then also, if you want to become a member, join buttons on the video. And what becoming a member of the DXU family will come with is you would get badges next to your comments where people will be able to see that you're a member whenever you leave a comment, as well as you would get early access to content and exclusive content that's not on YouTube available to everyone else. But until then, I'll see you all in the next video.